اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. نذكر الله يا اخوان، نصلي على النبي. لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله. طيب نقول بسم الله. تكباس ان شاء الله اليوم بالكثير اليوم ان شاء الله، يعني ساعة ونص ساعتين بنكون ختمينها ان شاء الله للعبة ابو قدر. كثير طولت معنا، بكفيها دلع جد، بكفيها دلع. وعليكم السلام. هلا بالشباب. هلا يا عادل، هلا يا مهدي، هلا يا غلا، هلا يا أسامة. انت الرابع يا أسامة. الثالث لا. الحمد لله. انت الثالث، الرابع انت. هلا يا غلا، هلا والله. هلا بالشباب، هلا يا مكافحات، هلا والله. طيب مين نطج اللايك لسه شباب؟ انا الاول لسه بالبداية. شو عيب السؤال هذا، عيب السؤال هذا يا أسامة، الله يسلمك، عيب. هسه بتشوف اذا ما بنصل القمة ما بيكون اسمي جو. انا بوصل القمة راح اقع، بس اتس اوكي. انا الاول لايك. كيف والله؟ كيف اللعبة معك؟ اقسم بالله فقعت قلبي ومرارتي، فقعت الطحال عندي. متعبة كثير ترى، كثير. بس شفتك صوت وقفت تصوير. كفو. الله يعينك. اي والله اللعبة متعبة بصراحة. بس ان شاء الله اليوم خلص، يعني اليوم بتسكر ملف اللعبة عشان اشوف غيرها ان شاء الله، عشان اشوف لعبة غيرها. ببجي ريماس. ببجي. لا ببجي ان شاء الله بنلعب، ليش لا؟ لعبها اللي بنجيها. بس انا بحب انوع في المحتوى، ما بحبش اركز على لعبة واحدة. انا بلعب في الالغاز، لعبة بجن كانت تكون حرامية انا والاخت دول، فبس بركزش على لعبة واحدة. والله بيني وبينك ناسان يا جماعة اللايكات، بس على الشاشة جماعة اللايكات. طيب قول بسم الله. طيب بسم الله، بسم الله. قول يا رب. توكلنا على الله. ابو قدر. هلا مهدي الجابري، حياك الله، اهلا وسهلا. يلا بسم الله. 1 2. بداية خير ان شاء الله، بداية خير. حلو، بداية خير ان شاء الله، بداية خير، بداية خير ان شاء الله. مبشرة يا اخوان، مبشرة، مبشرة. بداية خير مبشرة ان شاء
Thanks for
الله.
coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress always, even your
ممتاز. بداية خير.
mistakes.
حلوة حلوة حلوة.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games.
لا اصبر
B games are rough
اصبر.
assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B
لايكاتكم
game.
شباب، الله يسعدكم. شجعونا لو بالكذب يا شباب، ولابد من المؤازرة يا شباب، لابد من
And
المؤازرة.
it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly
أهم حاجة
games
في
of
الحياة
its
هو
time.
التشجيع.
In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
ايه هلا والله.
Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle
هذه من أصعب الأماكن اللي بواجهوها أغلب الستريمرية وأغلب يوتيوبر. كيف بطول في إخواني المنطقة كثير بس إيزي عندي إيزي ها بسم الله واحد.
But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
لا شوي يمين شوي يمين شوي يمين حبة بس اصبر شوي. طيب بسم الله. ما تجر لايك شباب بتاع الشاشة الله يسعدكم فضلا وليس أمرا. بسم الله. واحد اثنين ثلاثة روح.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on Lively. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things? Oh no.
لا
Punch in the gut.
لا يا ربي. اولها لسه اولها احنا اولها ايزي ريلاكس جوب ريلاكس